Hey guys, earlier I did a video on how I'm going to store my crankbaits this year. Today, we're going to expand on that just a bit. Stick with me. Alright, now I'm not going to get too much into what I'm doing this year for the crankbaits. That was in the video I just did. I'll put a link in the description, but real quickly I'll tell you, I wasn't happy with your standard boxes. Last year I bought the Elite box. That was supposed to be the cure-all Perry crankbaits. I didn't like that. Again, if you watched that video about a year ago and wasted your money like I did, I apologize. This year I found this box. This is also by Plano. It's not really a fishing box. I'm not really sure what it is, but the thing I liked about it, it has 24 compartments and none of the dividers move. They're all solid. You're not going to get your hook stuck underneath them. You're not going to pull out dividers. Every lure is individually. I got S cranks, I got 2.5s, 1.5s, Spro Little John body styles. I've got lipless crankbaits. And here, they're even long enough to put in some Shad Rap style. They kind of fit into 45, but basically I got 24 different lures. I have 4 varieties of each lure, 6 different lures, so I can hold 24 crankbaits in one box, and they're not going to get all hooked up. Now, let's move on to everything else. I do most of my fishing out of my boat, and I like the milk crate style. I have the milk crate, and that's what I'll use. The nice thing is, if I'm going somewhere else, I can just go ahead and take the whole milk crate with me. I got another stack of boxes here. There's probably 8 or 9. These will go down in the storage compartments in the boat. They just stay down there. Those are kind of extras. If there's something I really don't have here, I can move on to that. But the basic milk crate, for the way I fish, will cover me for everything. And I have only 4 boxes inside the milk crate. The first one is the one I just showed you with all the crankbaits in it. I have another box exactly like that, another 24 compartment box. And by the way, this Plano box was like $7.99 at a Menards, which is a local home improvement store. This is my topwater box. The 4 compartments near the top are just a little bit bigger, while the 4 down here where the handles are just a little smaller. The bigger ones, I can actually fit the big rats. The rats, that's a 3 1/4 inch rat. Those will fit in there. I've got my wake baits, I got my poppers, I got a set of frogs, I got popper frogs. About anything I'm going to need for topwater, I can fit 3 or 4 of each one in this box. If I have extras, they can go in the other boxes, they can go farther down into my boat. Now the only thing that doesn't fit here are whopper ploppers. Something long, your spooks, your longer lures like that won't fit. I also found these by Plano. This is a Pro Latch stowaway, they call it. It's a very thin box. I bought these at Bass Pro. The key with these were I can put 8 lures in each box with a divider in the middle. But the divider in the middle won't really hook the treble hooks because they go nose to nose. So this one happens to be just my whopper plopper box. That's all that one's for. I could probably put some spooks in here too, a couple of those. Right now I've got those in another box. But this real thin narrow box will hold 8 whopper ploppers, which is a great plenty. Or I could do 4 and 4, whatever I'm going to do. The same thing works, that same thin stowaway box works on my crankbaits, because in this situation is the jerk baits. Here, you can put in 10 jerk baits. The only one you don't have a center divider is the bottom, but the nose to nose, they're not going to hit. So here's an opportunity for my long thin lures. They won't fit in this other box. This is a real nice, like I said, the Plano Pro Latch stowaway. Got that at Bass Pro Shop. Real thin box. The other thing I usually throw a lot of, chatterbaits, jigs, and all my soft plastics. I got a whole new way I'm doing those this year. This is a Plano 3700 box, but as you can see, it's 3 inches thick. I think it's 3 1/4 actually. This is a 3700, so it fits anywhere any other 3700 boxes fit. This one is strictly chatterbaits and jigs. And the way I started setting this up is I bought some smaller boxes. And in the middle, this is a 6 compartment box. The real small ones, they sell for $2 or $3. A Bass Pro, Walmart, Menards, anything sells these. The big one fits right in the middle. And then they make even a smaller little 5 compartment box. So what I have here is I have 6 chatterbaits. I have 6 more underneath it. So I'm carrying a total of 12 chatterbaits. I'm carrying a total of 10 jigs. And in some cases you can double those jigs up because it's not like a treble hook where they're going to get tangled. And on the side here, I've probably got 6 or 7 bags of trailers. Now whether that's a jig trailer or chatterbait trailer, it's going to be the same thing. So everything I need for a bladed jig or a jig, including the trailers, is in one box. If I have extra trailers, again, they go in the extra boxes down in the boat. And I'm going to do the same thing with soft plastics. Again, another 3 inch thick, the 3700 box. And again, it's got the bigger boxes in the middle. This is a 6 compartment. This one, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0 hooks, weighted hooks. Below that, here are my bullet weights, bobber stops, shaky heads. I have some skirted weights. Everything is in those 12 boxes. Will handle pretty much everything I need that goes with my soft plastics. And on one side is probably a half dozen packages of worms that I use a lot. On this side, about a half dozen packages of brush hogs and other creature baits that I use a lot. Again, I got extras. They're down in the boat, but this should last me for everything I need for the day. So those 4 containers handle all my topwater, all my crankbaits, all my chatterbait jigs and trailers, all my plastic worms, creature baits, and everything I'm going to need to fish it that way. I did make one other thing. I took this box, which is that Elite series that I did not like. The lures don't hook to each other, but unfortunately every once in a while the lures hook underneath the dividers. The dividers don't go all the way to the bottom. And you'd get the lures hooking into the dividers, and then you couldn't get them out, and I hated that. So that's what I'm not going to use, but hey, I paid 15 bucks for one of these. I'd like to still use it. So, and I had 2 of them. So this is what I've done with this one. This is for swim baits. And basically what I've done here is on those dividers, I cut every other one out. I removed every other divider, and then I pulled it completely out, and I put a rubber mat on the bottom. This is basically, it's the rubber liner you'd put in a toolbox where you're going to lay your tools on it. So I put that in, cut it to fit, put this back down, and now this handles all my big hard body swim baits. I put them in kind of almost upside down, so that way the hooks stick up. And that's why I put the rubber down there, just so the lures would sit on that. But I can put enough swim baits in here to cover myself on that end, and I still made use of the toolbox, or tackle box, I guess. So that's what I'm doing this year. Changed up completely. Didn't like what I did last year. Hopefully I'm going to like what I'm doing this year. But I think this is the system I like, where I can do my crankbaits, my topwater, chatterbaits, jigs, and all my soft plastics. Everything's right there. It's in 4 containers. Easy to take with me. You know, if I can't catch enough fish with that, I probably shouldn't have went fishing. So that's what I'm doing for 2019, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to our channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.